I'm doing very well, sir, and you?
Good. We would get you to weigh in on our topic, but it was about roommates and family and stuff that's you're fighting about right now. So, and you are lucky enough to live by yourself.
Oh, when I did have roommates, so there's just, between in-laws and roommates, there's just fighting about everything.
Yeah, the in-law stuff, man, that can be tricky waters to negotiate.
Yep.
We'll move on.
Gotta do it.
Yeah. Should we start with Ellen?
Tell us your thoughts on Ellen DeGeneres.
Well, if all of you be kind, whether you mean it or not. That's what I've learned.
Okay. I've had my sniffer on her for years. I knew she was evil.
I had actually, I didn't see this one coming. I got to say, I didn't see this one coming on the 2020 bingo sheet. But I'd heard some people that kind of work in the industry that were like, oh, yeah, it's kind of a pretty common secret, I suppose, allegedly.
Never trust anybody who's too happy. If you're coming out,
I would agree with.
Yeah, that is definitely something you got to have your sniffer on. She was just too happy all the time. That's a sign. So what's our news? Do we want to talk about Bouchard? Evan Bouchard? Grant?
Well, you know what? I think the important thing with Evan Bouchard, and it's not just Evan Bouchard either, it's a lot of Oilers now. Ken Holland's doing a really good job making sure his young players have a place to play, at least to start the season. They've all got out clauses. So looking at my list here, Bouchard is the 8th player that the Oilers have lent to a European squad or a KHL squad.
The AHL doesn't start till December, right? So they can go play now.
That's exactly it. The AHL doesn't start till December, and that's in theory, right? Like, I mean, there's no guarantee that everything's going to go smoothly. We all hope so, obviously, but European leagues are going now, so it made sense for the Oilers to get these guys over. So for Bouchard, he needs to play, and he would be generally in training camp right now under any normal circumstances, but this isn't the year for that. So I like that the Oilers have done it. Bouchard's there, Ryan McLeod's there, Gaetan Haas, just the list goes on. So there's a bunch of Oilers prospects over there, and hopefully they perform well in the time that they're there, and hopefully it's sooner than later that they're able to come back.
Well, I mean, would you rather go to Europe or Johnstone, Pennsylvania, right? Like, you know what I mean?
Well, you're 100% right. There was a couple of guys like Ryan McLeod and Gaetan Haas went to Switzerland.
Yeah.
And I could there's way worse places to spend a couple of months of your life than playing hockey in Switzerland, that's for sure.
No kidding.
If they did want to stay in Edmonton, though, the Mighty Pig season starts next Saturday.
So we'll see, you guys need ringers.
We do have, we're full up for defensemen, but we'll take a right winger if there's any Oilers that need a spot.
That's my off wing, so I'm out.
Well, see, this is the opportunity that these guys need, and they need to get their at-bats in.
The old Mighty Pigs.
They'll get a lot of playing time.
They might not get off the ice. That's funny.
I love beer leagues, right? You showing up late at night and then 6 dudes show up and you're on the ice for 60 minutes.
Just dying. No one's in shape. No one has ever been in shape in rec hockey.
I love the conversations with Grant, too, about, like, before he leaves on, like, a Tuesday, he'll go, rough one tomorrow, boys. I got ice at 12:30.
Yeah.
Tomorrow.
Midnight we play.
I'm not going to get much sleep.
I love hockey. Like, I love playing, and I did a lot growing up, but I just can't do it. I need sleep too much, so I always respect the beer leaguers because that's just crazy.
Grant's hardcore, man, because he'll play at midnight, go home, get to bed at 1:30, sleep for 2.5 hours, 3 hours, and come in and do a show, and you can't see the ill effects of them. Right? Like, not only that, he'll have a couple of beer
on Red Bull.
Yeah, he'll have a couple of beer in the parking lot too. Like he's not going to miss that. I mean, if you know Grant Johnson, yeah. I'm okay with the guys getting back at her. The old beer leagues getting back at her.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think so. I think a little bit of normalcy, a little bit of activity, like Grant said, a bunch of these boys could use to get into some better shape, get out there. But like, listen, these guys are going at it at midnight and then getting back, like you said, but Granny's getting back to work for the first thing in the morning. I went to bed at like 11:30 last night, and I'm struggling to make a 9 a.m. radio appearance.
You're still in bed right now.
This does not work for me.
We've actually woken you up a couple of times for this hit on Wednesdays.
A bunch of times. Like, it's not like it was one off. Like, there's been more times than not when you're like, are you ready to go? And I'm like, oh, yeah, absolutely.
All right. Well,
no problem.
Always a pleasure, my friend. That's Baggedmilk from Oilers Nation. You have a good day, my friend.
Thanks, boys.
Take care.